want to take care of this business, though, because he's become the most popular element of the morning briefing, and that is going all the way out to Seattle. And our good friend TroyWins, who has given us nothing but winners.
Yep.
Now, that's a fair statement. This isn't like the guys on Proline where a guy wins one game because he's 2 for 2 here with us here on the show. Plus, he's been pounding the Celtics, Lubie, for the entire season while everybody else is waiting for their collapse. So we welcome to the show TroyWins of TroyWins. Troy, how are you, my friend?
Hey, doing good. Hey, Lubie, you could actually make a career betting that Porzingis will get hurt. I think you just need to switch to prop bets, right? Just bet he's going to get hurt, and you might get plus money on those. So you were right about that. If you could find the prop that Porzingis will not finish the game, I think you'd probably come out okay.
I got a text yesterday from one of the network executives at Caffeine TV, No Filter, and Believe. And they all said, we need Lubie to elaborate on his Porzingis theory because he's right on. He's been saying all year long that the guy was going to get hurt and that the fact that he came back was no certainty that he was going to be any factor in the postseason in the championship round. And sure enough, here he is again with a mysterious, undiagnosable leg injury. Pretty wild for a guy. He really is more fragile than Henry Finkel was when he was with the Boston Celtics. Unbelievable. How you doing, Troy West? How you feeling, my friend?
Doing great. Florida Panthers are up 2-0. Loving how that series is going so far. Celtics are up 2-0. Tonight will be interesting, though. Tonight's going to be a very interesting game. They're obviously a 2.5-point underdog going into tonight. I think the biggest question with tonight's game is what are you going to get from Kyrie? He has been an absolute disaster, and I don't necessarily think it's just the way he's playing. It seems mentally that there's just something a little bit off right now. So I'll be curious if he's able to put up a 30 to 40 point night, and if the Mavericks get tonight, I think we've got a new series. But a lot of big ifs and a lot of question marks going into tonight's game.
So it came as no surprise to you at all that with Porzingis back in there for the first couple of games and the subpar performances of Kyrie Irving, I guess that was something that people couldn't have anticipated, that he would go 2 for 2 in throwing nothing but bricks up there.
Yeah, I think Boston's length is a big deal. I think their defense is vastly underrated. Guys like Jason Tatum who really haven't had the offensive series that a lot of people thought he'd have, but these are big guys. These are good defensive players. When you can throw, guys like Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Jason Tatum, those are 4 really, really good defenders. And I'm not sure Kyrie's in this kind of length in a while. I think there's a little bit of the factor that he played at Boston, didn't have a great career at Boston. Maybe he's trying too hard to send a message to those Celtic fans. And I think the mix of everything's got him fumbled up a little bit.
I don't know if there's a prop bet on this, Troy and Lubie, but does Joe Cronin, the GM for however long of the Portland Trailblazers, I mean, you would have to think that his future was somewhat in question. Does he get a ring if the Celtics win it all this year for handing them Drew Holiday for nothing after completely bungling the Damian Lillard departure?
Boy, you would think so. I mean, I'll be the first to say I thought that that was a good move by the Bucks, but boy, that has backfired big time. And Holiday's just been outstanding. And Holiday's just that kind of that perfect presence guy. He doesn't have the ego, he doesn't have the attitude. He's just got that mentality of he'll do whatever he wants to win. And you think, well, that's everybody in the NBA. It's really not. I mean, a lot of these guys are so selfish. They're so egomaniacs. Holiday just kind of that perfect role, and he fits that Celtic team so perfectly.
Do you think that Jason Kidd had money on the point spread in the Dallas game, game number 2, when I saw that game at 7.5 at one point? I guess it went down around post time for the game, maybe even as low as 6.5, but certainly many people had it at 7 and a hook. Every strategy manual would tell you that you have to foul with 25 seconds to go. You at least have to attempt to put somebody. Lubie pointed out Jaylen Brown's free throw shooting has been suspect, shooting somewhere around 60% in the postseason, and certainly somebody that you could anticipate maybe throwing up a brick or two when he goes to the stripe in that spot. How could you just allow them to play Salugi a little bit of keep away and never attempt to put a guy on a stripe with that much time left, unless you were Jason Kidd and you were getting 7.5 from some sports book somewhere?
I'll never forget that. I mean, honestly, I sent a text out to a buddy. I go, didn't the Pacers just blow a similar game to this against the Celtics just a couple of weeks ago? It blew my mind. I mean, especially when you got regular season, okay, maybe the first round. I wouldn't even say the first round playoffs, but you play in these NBA championships until the game hit zero. So I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. It was a head scratcher to me. Like I said, especially watching the Indiana Pacers do just that a couple of weeks ago. I know it wasn't, maybe I think it was about at least 5 points with 9 seconds left. So 7 with 25 seconds left. I was absolutely shocked. I'd be curious what his theory was on that. I'm not sure if he made comments on it, but yes, I was shocked, and I would not be shocked if money was involved in some way or facet.
I heard him mumble something in Japanese and point a finger
Yeah.
at the Otani interpreter when they directed a question to him about the idea, like, hey, Jason, you must have had the 7 and a hook, which a lot of people, unfortunately, didn't get to capitalize on because they bet the game late. All right, so prediction for today. I know you've been red hot on baseball, and you've been pounding the Celtics all season long. They're laying a point, or they're getting a point and a half tonight. What do you think, TroyWins? Of TroyWins.
Yeah, I'm not going to that game tonight. That's a tough one for me.
Yeah.
I could. There's so many scenarios that I could see happening tonight. I wouldn't be shocked if the Mavericks got a blowout win. Wouldn't be shocked if the Mavericks are still a disaster and lose by 10 to 15 points. I don't think you've seen the best Celtics game quite yet. Tatum still hasn't had that 30-point night that he seems to throw in every once in a while. Going back to the diamond, we're going under 8. We're going back with your Tampa Rays again. Tampa Rays, they've got Savali on the bump tonight. They're going against the Cubbies. Under 8, I think, two very average lineups, two pretty solid starting pitchers. Under 8 looks like the play today. I think it's going to be a 4-2, 4-3 type of baseball game. But there's my official play for y'all. Under 8 between the Rays and the Cubbies.
The man is on fire. I always wanted to say that. The man is on fire. He's doing great. TroyWins, where can people get more of your information, stats, and breakdowns of all of these various betting propositions?
Yeah, been in the industry a long time. Come to my website, TroyWins.com. Follow me on Instagram. It's Troy West. We're giving folks free picks. We cover prop bets. We'll cover the U.S. Open this weekend in golf. We obviously are covering the hockey playoffs, the Stanley Cup right now, NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball. We cover it all. It's not just me. We've got a team of guys that really put our brains together and put out a quality product each and every day. So come take a look at our platforms. Happy to give you a free pick and get you moving in the right way. And yes, right now, not just on this show, but we are on fire right now.
Nice.
We'd love to help you guys out. So under 8 today, Rays Cubbies, and looking forward to being back with you guys again next week.
Did you ever eat a kale tumbleweed hot dog? Because that's what they're trying to do to Joy Chestnut, man. Unbelievable. What a disgrace. What worse than leaving Caitlin Clark out the Olympics?
I saw that breaking news yesterday, and I'm like, not that I necessarily tune into that every 4th of July, but I mean, that's just, it's an American, you just have to have him on in the morning. You have to know if he broke the record, right? So it's
an
big
annuity.
Disgrace for the gambling world, too. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of gamblers like betting that, and they've made a lot of money on Joey Chestnut.
It's like betting the over in the NBA All-Star game. I mean, it's a gift from the gods of gambling. All right, Troy, great stuff. As always, thanks so much for being with us, and good luck with your wager today. The under in the Tampa Bay Rays game. And you've been cashing tickets on the Rays all throughout here. Thanks so much for being with us. A pleasure, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Have a good week. Enjoy the game tonight.
All right, that's Troy West.